Hello and welcome to another session of Influence Inner Self. And this is the 16th session so far. And I'm happy that we have got friends here who are willingly to volunteer for this amazing co-learning session. Along with me, I have got Christian. Hi, Christian.
Hello, Amit.
Hi. We have got Prosper. Hi, Prosper.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. And we have got June.
Hello.
Hello. So, guys, we have got other people also who are not on the video, and so I'm just telling hi from both all of them. So, guys, if you can say hi, so at least the people who are listening to this, maybe they are doing jogging or morning walk or something, they can say the hi as well. So, I have got Prakash and Emily on non-video.
Hi.
Hey, Emily. Welcome to another session. And guys, just to let you know, this is a place where we learn about a lot of things of how do you become influencer. And that is not always business, that is beyond business. And I'm happy to share a little bit of my story before we go deeper into today's program, today's session. It will be a co-learning session. We'll have a lot of people who will be talking about this. And that's the same reason we have got volunteers here. I have, I think that's a great thing to invite all these people here. Okay, now coming to the story, this all started almost last year on Christmas Day, and it was a 37 days challenge, and ultimately there was a launch, and there was a kind of a stage where I had declared, okay, in midst of the first time ever, more than 300 people's gathering into one global meet and a global conference, as I'll be the influencer making person. So the first thing is I have to become an influencer first. And the good thing is now after this 3 days of a global launch, which is happening in Bangalore at BIEC, that is International Convention Center for Trade and Commerce. And right now I'm just coming in there. Hardly we have got a break of 1 minute. And I said, this is the day where I have to be at 8 p.m. sharp on a Friday evening and a Monday evening as well, where I conduct this co-learning session with all my friends. And this is absolutely free. So guys, if you're looking at this, let me tell you a small story of how all happened with me. And the first thing is that take the mic. Mic, when I say I'm talking about, how you are being heard. So I'm happy to say that this is a kind of a stage where I was so scared to even talk in front of people like you one day. I think there are a lot of proof here. They know how shaky I was. And yesterday when I spoke in front of more than 300 people, I might share the video as well. Trust me, I was not that shaky. And I had broken all those kind of barriers where I had made myself so uncomfortable, all into the discomfort. And I think beyond discomfort is happiness and a pride. And all this comes with a small amount of joy that you did it. So initially, probably, it was kind of very difficult, and I had practiced it. And thanks to the gurus and the mentors who have taught me all these things, I have touched every chair in that hall of more than 300 people, and I sat in some of the oddest corners, and I could actually see how would the guy on stage look like, what is his size. So basically, I sat on the last row of the one of the corners, and I just looked at the stage, and the stage was somewhere that I was like just 1.5 inch from where I was looking at it. And if I need to impact that gentleman there with that miniature structure of me from where he's looking at is 1.5 inch, I feel, not even 1.5 inch, 1 inch. And I was feeling, why not I comment about Bruce Lee's 1 inch punch? And that's the thing was triggering me. I am 1 inch away, and I should make that thing in such a way that I should be able to hit him so hard that I reach to his heart. I practiced this a couple of times. I practiced on the toilet as well. Guys, trust me, this is the actually hardcore truth. I practiced on the toilet. I practiced in the while I was driving down the thing. I practiced on the elevator. I practiced in the at the time of breakfast, when everyone was having breakfast, I was just humming. Okay, what should I say? And this is the story. After all the practice, when I was on the stage, after a long time, I forgot everything. It was zero.
Wow.
And what came out from my heart was after 3 minutes, I could hear only the claps. And I think that something was like, it was more of an amazing, joyous moment for me when I said that, this is the crowd which has given me so much of energy, so much of power, and now my adrenaline, which is gonna be so high that I think I can control everything right now. The way I'm talking, they like the kind of way I approach them. It was definitely a conference of all the professionals, businessmen, international delegates, and all these guys, and I got hardly a few minutes to talk to make that impact. And now I feel proud that each and everyone in that room know me. That's the power of having the mic in your hand. I was told, I was searched on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn curve just went like zoom up. People have seen me on Facebook. People have gone into YouTube. People have, and another thing is, trust me, I was into marketing and advertising for last so many years. And the first thing when you start your company is a visiting card, right? Something like a visiting card like this. Yesterday, I found my father, who is also my mentor. He says, make yourself so big that you are not known as a guy with a visiting card, but a person with a value which is irreplaceable. And I think that's what happened yesterday when I was just sharing a small part of things that I can do it for them. And trust me, the feeling of being an influencer first time was so shocking, because when you say, that you are the guy, you know the subject matter, you are the expert for that, it is a big responsibility on your shoulders. And definitely, when you see Spider-Man, guys, if you have seen Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man, there is a saying, right? With great power comes great responsibility. How many of you resonate with that? Right?
Yes.
But I'll tell you one thing is, with great responsibility comes great power, man. Okay, it's absolutely the alternate thing. So I think with that, I think an amazing story. Let me tell you, this 3 days went back like anything, but I had made sure that I made a relationship with each and everyone who was present here. I had given my personal time, almost like 15 minutes to half an hour, sometimes 1 hour also, talking in a group. I was trying to understand more about their problems. And when I was understanding more problems, the kind of questions I was asking, I was getting more connected. And that thing was turning back on yesterday. It turned back completely in a different structure, where it was not just a connect, it was not just a relationship, but I think it was a trust. When people are asking, how do I do this? Amit, can you help me into positioning of this way? So it was more into positioning ourselves. I learned a new technique of something called as a group compact. That is what I've been practicing from last 7 days now, where you can actually address a people gathering of 5 to 50 to 500 to 5,000 in different classifications. And all the techniques are different, by the way. Whatever I'm telling you, these are things people might be teaching it, but I learned it absolutely free on a common platform like this. And YouTubers, if you're looking at this, who are YouTube fans, everything is there. Only thing is, it's all about your decision to pick and choose those topics which can give you what you actually want. Otherwise, you can stop it right now. You can have, I don't know which column, left side or right side of this YouTube. You might have a lot of things happening. You can click and walk out of this, no problem. But you are not walking out of the opportunity. You are walking out of a whole new of experience that I'm going to share with you. So with this, let me take a small pause and let me go back to my friends who are volunteers here. So now, since you have heard about this story, what are the take that you can help me with? The first point is having the mic in your hand. So in the last class, I'm just connecting it. We said mic is a power. It is an indirect way of confluence. All right. So can you just help me to probably give some more couple of keywords which can come with the word called as heard, be heard. So any one of you can give me any word which I can put in here. How do you think being on the stage, being on the camera, being on the focus, being with the guy with the mic is definitely a big power. And you should be generously intelligent to use those, standalone points. Anything that you guys want to add up here?
Mike is power very well.
Why I'm taking a pause, because the next thing that I'm going to tell you is something for my country, and this might give you a different dimension of what is called negative influence.
Yeah, Amit, I want to add something here. As you said, being on the stage gives a new identity to who you are. Like it gives a new reach to the people because what I feel is like in my journey, if you do something and you don't express it, that you can add this value, you're just going to waste your talent and your value that you know.
Exactly.
So I feel like when you are on a stage, people they get to know what value can be like. They can take the value from you,
Yes.
and how they can it gives a new identity or a reachability. So it's
Absolutely, Prakash.
far more beyond than a visiting card or your LinkedIn profile or something like that, because it gives you
Absolutely.
a visibility in the world where people are desperately looking for the service, not like a random guy is looking for anything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's a big advantage.
I think you have nailed it. Any other point, guys, you want to add up here? So identity is something that I definitely understand. I mean, I've looked into that, but I just take a minute gap here, minute pause to get any more inputs from you guys. Like, how do you feel if you have a mic in your hand, or if you are the guy who is into the focus of the camera?
I love myself.
Okay. How do you see it on the other side? How do people look at you? What is the power that you have?
Charisma, I mean, that they perceive a power posture there
Oh yeah.
if I'm on stage.
So I think that is a structure that I'm going about. So the entire purpose to ask you is, this is a place where you get amplified, right? You get yourself shout out with entire thing, and you get a one voice. So guys, with this, I want to tell you something which has happened very bad here, and this has happened very recently in our country. And if people are looking at this, I don't know how many times or which days, I'll tell you the power of negative influence also. I'm sure, guys, you know that India and Pakistan were always in a kind of a not so friendly from many years now. And I'm very sad today to say this, that we lost 40 of our young soldiers in just one blast today. One blast. And this was a blast which was done by they have accepted this. They are proud to say this is a Valentine gift for you. And you have got
Heavy.
bombers who are like, what do you call that, suicide bombers for this. Someone had influenced them, definitely. Someone has communicated with them so much that they could do such evil deed with their own lives. Might be they are scared, might be they have responsibilities, might be they are super triggered, supercharged. But understand one thing is, they gave not only their life, but they took 40 lives of our Indian soldiers. And there was no enmity on the front. They have not fought the battle, but we lost. Both the sides have lost. And what happened is an increase of hatred, an increase of negative energy. And this all starts somewhere with someone co-fluencing or influencing in a wrong way. So I think this power of having a mic has got pros and cons both, and it is our judgment. It is our I don't know. Like today's sessions might be something which is very serious for you guys. I'm telling this to the entire world. I fucking don't care. But if this is something that you guys are doing, learning about being influencing, please do not watch my channel. Please do not talk to me. Please shut it down. This is not for you guys. This is an amazing power to do something creative. Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Vivekananda, there are thousands of people, man. But I think I told you on the day one of this session is it's all about your intention to be an Osama or an Obama. You both guys will be remembered, but someone is remembered with this, someone is remembered with this. We have got tears which are of two colors. You want to be what kind of tears? Tears for the pain or tears of joy? So I leave this session open here because the next point is purpose. If your purpose is insane, if your purpose is filth, if your purpose is this, understand you are learning a technique by which you can control, you can give values, you can do anything with the psychology of human beings. This is not what I want to be. This is not what I wanted. I opened this entire forum. Influencing inner self is your inner self. It is not about how you get influenced by somebody else. This is not what I am trying to do. 40 lives, think of their families, man. What harm they have done to anyone? They were returning after almost, I don't know how many months they come back home. On the way back home, this is an intentional suicide bomber who was waiting for a Valentine's Day's gift. And I don't know, this social media stuff, you call yourself as social media influencers. I'm sorry to use the F word, guys. You are making a nuisance out of it. You're not influencing, man. This is not influencing. Entire world is spitting on you guys who are doing all these things, man. The 2-minute silence is not what is happening here. I'm feeling bad because it is my country. What happens if the neighboring countries are having the same thing? It is not about war and all those things. I'm talking about a very simple thing is there is someone who can influence you so much that you give your life, you don't have your own consciousness. And I'm talking with my friends who are all international, different parts of the world. Now this is something which might be people who are watching this on YouTube. I don't know in which day you are looking at it or which year this will be there. But remember, I'm telling you, this is the day I will never forget now. This is session 15 February. Power of mic was the topic, and this is what has happened. See. So this is a live example. You can guys Google anywhere and check the date and we'll find all the shit filth on the entire internet, on the social media, on the entire forum. International news are covering it. You go to any kind of a channel, whether it is Al Jazeera, CNN, IBN, whatever things. Do you feel proud to do all these things? This is not that done. This is not done. This is not done. The problem is the purpose. The purpose is all with intention. I'm sorry, with my watery eyes, I'm taking this session today. I'm moderating this. I need it. I know that's what I said. Like today is a kind of a different session. I came to know about all these things when I was coming back. On the way back, I was driving around from my wife, and she says, "Do you know what has happened?" I said, "What?" "This is what has happened. These guys were tortured or tempted or they are motivated or something by which they go and become a suicide bomber." Just understand one thing. Can you cut your small finger? Forget about giving your life. Can you do that? Not done, man. This is not done. So with this session, I think people who are looking at it, just understand, this is not a Valentine gift, man. Valentine gift is this. This is what people are writing there. It's a Valentine gift for Indian Army. I don't want to spread the nonsense here, but the thing is, understand, guys, don't you have your own consciousness? Don't you have your own brain? I spread love, I get love in return. I spread shit, you know what to get. Each and every individual in the entire world might be looking into this. 40 Indian soldiers, young guys, they have not yet seen the world, man, and blown in one shot. One idiotic suicide bomber. I don't know, he was made to do it or he was compelled to do it. I don't know. What do you get out of this? Taking human lives. Are how long you will work? How long you will live, man? 70 years, 80 years? You want to live with the same shit and feel proud about this? Your purpose is what? You get freedom out of this. You go out and earn 1 rupee and come back. At least you make toilets in your country. At least you give those kind of provision of education to your ladies there, man. So kids are half naked running on the roads. Do something for them. I'm sorry. What's the purpose here? If you are an influencer, you call yourself as an influencer. You call yourself as a leader. This is what you lead to. And the happiness is what? Taking lives? I don't know. Maybe this is not what probably the people have expected here. You know, and I'm sorry, guys. This is part of the curriculum. This is what it is. I've not yet finished my 33 points. And I think this is a good point what I have right now today. Talk to you guys. We are on the 13th, I think probably what is the number? Yeah, 14th point. 14th, 15th. I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, this is something which, you know, in such so many years, it has never happened that, you know, 40 Indian soldiers or any country soldiers, if they have, you know, just think of their families, man. Think of the kids. You need one more kind of a wave like this. I don't know. You need the washout like how Obama was been washed out. Do you really want that? Let the country decide. I'm a small part of the game probably, but this see, it from my side also, there is a negative feeling happening for whatever the you know, whatever we said, you know, India has been a very, very tolerant country. We have been invaded every I think every century we have been invaded by so many people. And this was so hospitable, you know. In my last session in the Facebook group also, I had shared a video by which, you know, Russian people, when they were not getting any place here from Poland. I'm not from Russia. Poland. They came to India. Everyone was refuged here. Vasco da Gama didn't find any place. He was lost. It's only an Indian merchant who brought him here, and he said he discovered India. Bullshit. Read the history, guys. And he was having the biggest boat in his century, but when he saw his boat in front of an Indian merchant, he was probably a minuscule, might be point. I'm not talking about the Indian heritage, but understand, you think, you know, if you feel that this is this, just tell me one thing of your good thing in the history in the world. You have been known for anything good? Yes, Pakistan. If you're looking at this, we don't care. I'm not taking it personally, but right now this is something. This is influencing, man. I talk about influencing. This is what you influence. Think what the things are there. It's a different way. Yeah. Well, I think, as I said, like, you know, I'll take a very short session today because really I'm disturbed this entire thing. And I really feel that, you know, whatever the techniques I'm talking about, this can be used in a very sad situation. So I think the first thing I should do is, people who are listening to this on YouTube and you might think, okay, Amit can do amazing stuff by which you can become an influencer. If you want to be this in your mindset, please do not join me. I'm happy. I can do some labor job. I'm fine. But this is not I can do. I can influence the entire world, but not people like this. I don't know what intention people might have. Yeah, if you find this very sentimental, yes, it is sentimental, man. It's a satire that we are neighbors to such kind of people who are amazingly good in hospitality. I'm sorry. This is not the way done. And see what happens is this information spreads out to so many parts of the world. How will you feel? So my only thing is today's session is, if you have the power of the mic, do not misuse it here in this way. If you know how to influence, that does not mean you have to do something like this. Yeah. So anyone wants to say anything in this open forum are most welcome. And now the last part is pre-framing, and this is what I wanted to share here is spread the word in advance of the event. Okay, fine. So this is the pre-frame. If you are looking at as a negative influencing thing, if you spread negative, you're gonna get negative, man. But if you spread a good thing, a hospitable nature, a helping nature, think what will happen. I am a real proof. The first thing what I did yesterday when I stood on the stage is I gave value to each and every one. I spent time with them, understood all the pains. I tried to help them out without any fees, any free, and it's like completely free. I gave them so suggestions which they could have never got on a Wikipedia, YouTube, or Google probably. I gave those kind of insights. I studied it all. I had to give out something. That's the value. I had pre-framed the kind of business that I'm looking at it. So if you need to be a kind of an influencer of that sort, I rather say like I can stop my entire program right now here. But that is one side. When I was driving back home, I was thinking, man, I'm doing something wrong here. I'm training people how do you influence other guys. How do you become an influencer? This is not the way. So as I said, like in one of the classes I shared, your black angel and white angel. So guys, if your intention is gray and for good, it's good. It all about starts with your purpose, your intention, your thought process. So any contribution to this word? People who are listening to this, people who are not on video, you guys can also speak up. I need people to speak. I know today is a kind of a very serious event. Of course it is serious, but guys, I can take a 30-second pause and listen from you guys. Yeah. Anyone? Any one of you guys wants to talk with me? All right. Whew. So guys, as I said, like, I'm just giving a kind of a very, very open session. It's an open free session. There are a lot of things that goes inside the structure of, being heard, having the mic in your hand, the structure of your voice, tonality, getting all these things. But I feel, why the hell I should give it free? I don't know who is listening to this. I'm scared now. Who can use it in a kind of a way which is not that convenience. So I'll keep it very, very small here. This is what it is. But understand the kind of depth we have for everything. I have taken years to learn all these things, and I'm just trying to give you a value for this. But I think this value is something that can be misused. That can be misused. Yeah.
It's just a tool, Amit. So, like any tool can be used to do good or bad.
Yeah. I'm scared now, Christian. That's the way I'm talking about, because the depth in which I can go. I think there should be a limit, because I want to talk about only the good part that can be used. But I think people can take it in a different way and they can use it in a different structure. Just for understanding, the power of having the mic in your hand is so much devastating. It's just a tool. And I remember in one of the sessions I had shared, a small kid, I think probably 13 years old kid. He has been hired by Google and IBM, and he's the highest paid guy working on IBM Watson, and he's like ruling the world on IoTs and artificial intelligence and all these things. I'll say a kid Indian can do that. That is also influencing. Yeah, that is also an amazing structure of showing your self-discipline. and the intention is so amazing. And he says, I can pull out that video and I can show you guys again. The intention is to empower 10,000 youth, 10,000 kids to start their own entrepreneurship or own inventions, work on their own inventions. It is so noble. We're helping. And with this one filthy act, the entire world is gonna be spitting for you, dustbins. And I think, I know if people are listening to this, and if in any way you can share this information outside, and this is the kind of a shame, because you cannot stand in front of those guys, man. You hit him at the back. You are not trustworthy to be a warrior as well. Forget about being soldiers. This is not done, anyways. So I leave it to the same thing. I mean, I don't know. I think I feel helpless here. But the only thing is, this is a kind of a small shout out place. I'm not a journalist. I'm just a co-learning guy, and this is my real feeling when I'm taking my session here. It is absolutely my thing. You guys don't have to say any word, no problem. I take all the responsibilities of whatever I've spoken here. But this is it. So if you have a mic, or if you have the power of having a stage or having a kind of a place where you can actually talk to somebody, it is up to us to make it on the good way. All right. I don't know how many of you guys can relate to this, but as I said, I'll be here, not a problem. So as I said, the second point was purpose, and I'm really trying to say it's all about what exactly your end intention, your end thought process, how you are getting people to get together and do something good.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oui, ça va?
Right. So I think with that, I'll just have this last part is pre-framing. So I'm sure, when you want to be someone who can lead, who can show an example, this all starts with how you condition people. Conditioning for the good or conditioning for the bad is in your hand. You can precondition everything. Condition. Okay. Now this is where you set up the entire plot. You have got stages, you've got milestones, you have got all these things you set as a plan. You have a plan of action. Okay. And let me put in the good side also. So let me just bring in some energy to this. Yes. When yesterday, okay, guys, people who are listening to this now, who have joined recently, and who are looking to this, you might have dragged the YouTube channel also. So let me tell you, once you are being seen and you are heard, you are being listened, it comes with some sort of a solution centric or some sort of a value that people are expecting from you. And when they expect something, you have a pre-framed destination, a pre-framed positioning that you need to talk about. And this is what happens when you follow somebody. Follow him blindly. Follow him because someone else is following. No. So far, this entire thing was influence inner self is only positioned as first you understand about yourself first. Take a logical step here. Think everything is all about yourself. Don't get yourself, been wrongly mentored by anyone. I had gone through so much of coaching classes, so much of training, so much of mentoring, but I have my own way, own style. I listen to everyone, I read everything, but I have my own style and own probably way of doing it. Co-learning is something that I have discovered. It works amazingly good. And now this is the platform that I've established. Guys, find out a different way, a technique of anything. Anything. Have your own originality. Yeah? There is one way of doing it. And that should be something which is a solution centric for the betterment of human being, I guess. Yeah, that's the entire thing, I must say. All right. So I think we have taken around 40 minutes today, guys. Okay, now as a volunteers, you want to talk about these three things that we have said. Anything, just openly you can talk. If you want to switch off your videos, I'm fine, but if you can talk, please let me know anything that you liked here, anything that you want to add up here, because I'm the only guy talking here. It is not co-learning, man. Co-learning is where you have your own voice. I'm open to you guys. I'm all there to listen to you guys. So I'll wait for another 20 seconds. Anyone can talk. Most welcome. Anyone?
I think I remember this quote from Dan Locke. He told us. I don't exactly remember the quote like in detail, but it was like your why is more important than your how or what. So I think this class, this session is mostly about your why. If your why is like something like something tainted, like something like filthy like that, it can cause a huge tragedy like it. But like if you have an intention where it's good, like that to be amplified in a good way if you have the mic. So it's depending on your purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. So Prosper, you had been a martial art expert from last 25 years. I know that. Okay. Do you mind sharing, your thoughts on this? Do you think, what as an influencer should be an ideal guy? I think discipline is all about that, right? If you guys can able to hear me, guys, are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
I know I have taken a very serious topic today. You might not want to speak, I know, but still, as I said, it's entirely an open forum. If you can take off your videos and talk, no problem.
Amit, you made a very good point today. Like we need to understand about influencing or even closing. Closing also is kind of like a little bit of way of influence others to. So what I feel is like we should not use anything or any power or any responsibility towards doing any harm or any bad for someone. So my message would be like if you know something that can help people, just help it. Don't try to misuse it.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Prakash. Thank you so much. Okay. Anybody else?
And talking in behalf of Prosper, which you mentioned about martial arts. I've done taekwondo when I was a kid, for 6 years. And before getting into session or anything, before getting into practice of martial arts, we would always see around, that we would use these skills for self-defense and to protect the weak, not to be on the stronger side, but more on the weaker side, so that we can protect the weak and their loved ones. And everyone was young in that class, but before going into class, we did our meditation. We had to do our round, and we would use these skills for our loved ones, for weak ones, to protect ourselves, not to inflict anyone with our martial arts skills or strength.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So I mean, if I don't hear from anyone, probably I think I better conclude this. And I think what people want is a pure learning, pure teaching, and pure techniques. Guys, as I said, techniques are just parts. The intention is the main thing. If intention is not right, whatever techniques, whatever tactics, whatever principle you use, the problem is in the foundation. Check your foundation first. Whatever you are trying to do, being an influencer, is it really needed? Is it really worth? Do you have that value proposition to do that? Why the hell are you doing it? Ask that question first in yourself. So let me just give a kind of a quick recap, probably on the other side, how it gonna be useful for you. We started with the positioning. So let's today's session be something that is remembered probably in the history. I'll save this entire video as well, and probably I must tell you, this is a subject where I'm really shocked with the 40 lives that has been taken down by this filthy, brutal massacre by our neighboring country, Pakistan. And they are so happy about this on a Valentine's Day. Shame on you guys. Now let me tell you how this influencing negatively worked for you guys. So people who are watching this, they can get an insight. Positioning was wrong. You positioned it wrong way. You could have been someone who could have been loved through ages if you have done something good. Your promise was again wrong. Your promise was to somebody something, or you have scared a shit out of someone. I have no idea, but you became a negative promise person. Your personality defines with your work, and this is the shit example that you have given. Your story is a shame through the entire centuries and ages to see people gonna be spitting on you, your dustbins, for this shit job that you have done. Your goal is clear now. You don't want peace and harmony. We have been tolerant so far in this lives. This is not done, chief. Whatever chief shit you are. I'm talking about my neighbors. Association. Just look at the association. Just look in 1 year, our international bonds. Look at me, the people who are here. They're all internationally connected. And they're all working together to learn something good. And check out your associations. Check out the kind of things that you do with the associations. You bomb off your neighbors, you buy out weapons, you buy out drugs, and you do all the shit things. Check out there. The growth, just check the growth potential. You check our commerce, you check our education level, you check our political level, you check the integrity stuff, you check our technology, check our talent, check our mindset. You cannot match anywhere, man. The world knows about it. And I'm just a 15 days old influencer. And this is the power that I have, is I'm at least reaching out to at least 100 subscribers here. And if this kind of slide has been shown to the other guys, please share my subject. I have no problem to take this entire responsibility on my head. It's my country. Tomorrow might be yours. What are you going to do about it? I'm telling you on an open forum, and this is what is happening. I'm going to share the same thing with every damn places. You don't deserve to be a white flag. You don't deserve. So if, as I said, like, I am martial artist, then I think we have to talk about defense then. How long can we be tolerant? What kind of PR structure you have? You feel happy sharing this as a Valentine thing? Point number 7. I'm telling you everything. Being an influencer now, I'm teaching influencing, and I'm talking and pointing out what is negative influencing. Status audit. What is your status, man? You check your past 15 years and you check right now and check the next 5 years also. Come and I'm challenging you. You cannot compete with any neighboring countries of yours. Yes, Mr. Pakistan and everyone here, listen to this. Content. Oh my God. You check the social media today. Guys from anywhere in the world, I'm just spreading a small information. Please spread out this session to any one of your known people and see, at least if you can do, 40 lives have gone in one blow, man. 40 lives. Think about the small kids, the family, someone is not married also, man. Think about the families, man. And this is what I have is the content. This is the content, man. This is the shit content that you will be getting. Analytics, come on. What analytics you want? What analytics? We leave you, forgive you, and this is what you do. Many times. You want to check the history, you can just check the history, man. Just Google it around, man. You will find, I don't have to tell, you just Google it out. Your content, your analytics shows what you are. Techniques and tactics. Nice. If you want to fight, no problem. Declare that. But don't find, hiding. This is the technique. Then I'm sorry. You don't call yourself as a lion or something. This is not the technique. Hiding. You cannot just do this. It's cowardice, man. It's cowardice. Being seen, yeah, you are seen, man. You are amazingly seen. But now the question is, how are you different than Mr. Osama? How many Osamas do you have, man? How many? 40 lives has been at a stake right now. I'm sorry, I moved. So probably today's session might be a different session altogether. I don't care. But I'm telling you the truth. This is the structure of negative influencing. If you're learning this, better learn this. Being heard and the purpose and the pre-framing is already been spoken now. So with that, I rest my cases today. With that, I think I'll just stop here some more time. So guys, open to you guys. If you want to share anything, open to it. I think that's all I have. Please share this video. Please like it. Please subscribe it. Not for me, but for your own selves, for your own countries, for your own countrymen, and spread this information of the filth these guys have done. At least this is a small part I can do from my smallest community that I have just become as an influencer. And I'm telling you, this is the path. This is not what I've thought of. But today, I think, situation has made me to probably, take a stand. Because I think, let me take this responsibility. Let me share out to the world. That is, let me share out to the friends who are here. This is the shit what is happening here in India. I think, on behalf of every Indians, I'm sorry, I cannot talk that same language. Like, God, they don't know what they're doing. They bloody know everything that they're doing it. You tell me what should be the judgment. I don't know. I'm reaching out to this with whom, I don't know. From the smallest part, if you can do something, okay, just subscribe me and write it out what you want to do. If it is required, probably I can connect to somebody, or you connect me to somebody. Let me figure out what the world thinks about this. That's all I have. Sorry guys, you might see this session is a different way. Can't help it. Over to you guys. Anything that you want to say? Anything? You have to be silent like this and let somebody come and bomb inside your house. I don't know. All right. I think with this, let me just stop the session. So guys who are looking though on YouTube or LinkedIn or anywhere, this is how a co-learning works. And sometimes I feel, I think I'm learning myself. I'm talking to myself. It's good that I'm talking to myself. At least I get a chance to talk to myself. This 1 hour is for me. So thank you so much for being here. If you have found this thing powerful, if you found this information is something that is worth sharing, please help me, help my country, help those 40 lives that have been put on stake. With that, thank you so much for being here. Over to you. How you get yourself influenced and how you do anything is how you do everything. Over to you guys. Thank you.